Hey guys, Tyler here, bringing you a 1v1 today. This is from the GCS2 lower brackets between Refero playing against the Soviets, and his loadout is Armored Assault, Guard Rifle Combined Arms, and Guard Mode Coordination. On the other side we have Jesulin as the Austria player, who is playing with Blitzkrieg, Air Defense, and Ostrupen. So we didn't see Jesulin lock in Ostrupen straight away, which I think he does in some other games in the tournament, but not here against Refero. So a bit of a deviation from strategies he's using throughout the other parts of the tournament. I can't remember which games it was. I don't know if he did. I don't think he did it for all of the games, but he certainly did it for at least one. So Jesulin being hard to predict throughout this tournament, and coming in I think was 8th seed. It's a very impressive performance. Knocking out knocking Deviant down to the lower bracket in his first match. Very impressive stuff. So, penal for Refero here, not going for sniper first. And coming over here to engage. Combat engineers trying to stay busy on the flanks. Both of them capping up points away from the action. That's what you want to be doing, because combat engineers not very strong in combat until they get the flamethrower upgrade. So if you can avoid combat early with them and capture points with them, they're very helpful. Bring them also into an engagement to turn it overwhelmingly into your favor is also a good idea. But we'll see how Refero works it. Doing some capping up there with combat engineers, grenadiers. Soft retreat into the light cover. Also other squad crossing the road here. Looks like only 2 windows are firing. So he's going to try to slug it out here, 2v1 behind light cover versus the garrison cover. Meanwhile trying to do a bit of peekaboo down here with the trying to duke out this machine gun's positioning, but he's not having much success. Really needs a second squad to come in on a flank or something if he wants to execute this maneuver, but he's got both his penals occupied over here. Fighting against these 2 grenadiers, and early retreat from Jesulin, good idea, because there was no way he's going to win that engagement. Gets an early retreat. Good play from Jesulin. Meanwhile, Pioneers closing in here on the combat engineers, but slightly overshoot their mark, now standing on the negative cover of the river, allowing these combat engineers to do a bunch of damage, and Pioneers actually going to lose this one. Combat engineers not even dropping models at half health. Jesulin getting a little bit unlucky there, but also got to be careful not to stand on that negative cover, especially from the water. Very lethal from small arms. Slightly different to the road negative cover. Oh, drops a model. Slows his cap slightly, but now these 2 grenadiers back out here looking for some revenge. Combat engineers flamethrower pops. Needs to get them into the action. Grenadiers making their way over to the building. Making sure... uh-oh. Sniper in trouble. Barely takes a lick of damage though. Opened up on that machine gun in the building. Now some dukes from Jesulin trying to buy a bit of time waiting for his squad to come up with flamethrower upgrading. Now should be able to bully this combat engineer away with overwhelming numbers. So Jesulin did get onto this cutoff, so cutting off those 2 territory points down the bottom.
Awaiting orders.
You have a use for these scum?
Sniper getting some nice hits in here on these greens, forcing them away. So the standard commander to counter the sniper is Jaeger infantry, but Jesulin not going with that in his loadout. Generally would be in this slot that Blitzkrieg is occupying currently. So doesn't have that as an option. Might have to go for a counter snipe, but he has gone for 4 grenadiers, so 4 grenadiers generally too many to fit a sniper in with as well. At least this early in the game. Maybe you could do it once you got your light vehicles out. But speaking of light vehicles, Jesulin extremely late on his tech. Only just completing the battle phase now. Still has to build the tech structure, so what we've seen throughout this tournament, fast flame half-track, not going to be on the menu for Jesulin. His is going to be much delayed if that's what he indeed goes for. Penal's now starting to find their targets. If they get a one-on-one engagement with the Grenadiers, they're going to win them quite handily. Especially with the support of the sniper. Did get retreat there. Maybe there was a misclick, I'm not sure. No healing yet, so it's not like you can treat it back to heal it to full. Instead of getting healing, he got the guards in anticipation of the flame half-track, which is in production right now. As I said, it's going to be a little bit delayed. Jesulin a bit late on his tech. He's been bleeding quite a lot on his grenadiers. We should be able to win this one.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Refero being quite cautious with the sniper, perhaps worried about a counter snipe. Here comes the flame half-track. Going straight down the middle, guards over here on the flank. Commandeers get pinned. Another squad of guard penals also retreat. So with this composition, Refero probably going to need to get a one squad of these penals upgraded with PTRS, and this looks like it's going to be a wipe. Treacherous retreat path and a long one. Loses the flamethrower upgraded squad. No PTRS on that one. Okay, it's this one back here that he upgraded. Guards trying to rotate around now. And the flame half-track backs out a little bit. PTRS penals coming in here, hoping to get some damage in, but not quite. Likewise, guards not quite getting a shot off there. Even just 2 PTRS shots would have been quite helpful there. Now he's trying to attack through the hedgerow. Nice action from Jesulin there with his flame half-track, making up for lost time. He has 1 kill, but basically did cause the loss of the other combat engineer. Going in back in now. Guys, stick around to get 1 burst in. Medics are upgraded, so they'll be able to heal, but they're going to spend quite a bit of time off the battlefield, and in that time, Jesulin's going to control a lot more of the map, going for a second Pioneer squad to try and speed repairs, perhaps do some mine sweeping, though I don't think we've seen Refero plant any mines yet. Refero, on the other hand, has got his tier 3 down very close to the T70, so because this flame half-track did hit the field about a minute late, I'd say. It hasn't been as dominant as some others that we've seen, and Refero has found his way to the T70 at a reasonable time. Whoa, that flame burst just couldn't even shoot back. Lost so many models immediately, and Snipe almost goes down as well to the Grenadiers. Now Grenadiers kind of running into their own pool of flame. One PTRS shot connects there. Double fuel for Jesulin though, so he'll be in a good spot to go for a fast medium tank if that's where he chooses, or certainly will have more than enough fuel for the Puma if that's what we're going to see. T70 hitting the field, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get this flame half-track. So he's trying to bait it. And in goes the T-70. Misses the first shot. And doesn't want to chase far enough to get Fausted. Maybe if he connected with those first two shots, he would have continued the chase, gone for the kill, but missing those first two shots, decides it's not worth the danger. Which is understandable. Jesulin hasn't started his tech, so does indeed lock in mobile defense. We're going to be seeing the Puma. Only a quarter of a command point away from that as well. So Refero's going to have to play quite compact here. He's going to require his PTRS squads in support of his T-70 to try and repel this Puma. Hold it to some territory. Triple cap currently from Jesulin, draining Refero quickly. And Refero actually going for a heavy mortar team. Quite surprising. Thought he might go for another squad of guards. Sniper picking away at these grenadiers, which are taking a lot of damage, have to retreat. This is one of the better maps for the heavy mortar, though, it has to be said. Quite a short map, so you can park a heavy mortar, you know, in a very safe region close to your base. You can cover a large chunk of the map. He'll stick around to get a few PTRS shots, slow these vehicles down, though they did lose one model in the process. Oh, look at that guy go. He wants to get out of that building right smartly. Apparently spinning like a top is the correct procedure to evacuate a building. Sniper, Vet 2 now, 15 kills. Pretty good kill rate for Refero on that. Picking off these guys. Puma coming in now. Guards nearby, but they're in hit the dirt mode. Here come the penals, not even up to full though. His healing's been taxed too heavily. Bring them back out on low health, and the flame half track could clean them up here. Instant retreat, but still gets 2 models dropped. Oh, and the Puma's right there. T-70 takes some return fire. And Jesulin's still holding on to Del Fuel. Finally looks like his combat engineer is going to steal away a little bit of that, but as I said, the healing really being taxed here for Refero. That flame half track inflicting so much health damage. Now goes for another squad of guards, which I think is a good idea. Just needs a little, like one more squad with PTRS to try and repel these 2 light vehicles. The only shame is that he's hasn't had enough munitions to upgrade these with the DP. Oh man, unfortunate. Squad gets suppressed behind the heavy cover there, but looks like the mortar team's going to reposition and open fire on that. Uh-oh, sniper in jeopardy. Flame half track coming in, hoping to get some damage in, but guards are right there. So are the PTRS penals. But still Jesulin holding on to the fuel. He's got a tremendous amount of fuel. I'm out here trying to do a bit of damage. Looks like Refero on the back of this second squad of guards starting to make a bit of headway now. These mines also starting to pick off a few models. Now the heavy mortar getting involved. Rifle grenade. No dodge. Oh, he dodged just at the last second. Impressive from Refero. I thought he's going to get hit by that regardless. Oh. And yeah, Jesulin playing it safe, popping smoke. Didn't expect to get hit by the PTRS at that range. Finally, once again, branching out onto this left-hand side, trying to get double fuel in response now, but Jesulin's had a strong period of map control with a huge amount of fuel. Hasn't really been able to convert that into tech though, because has been bleeding quite a lot to the sniper. Oh, big LMG burst. Sniper has to retreat. Comes the flamethrower, flushing out the penals. Oh, that heavy mortar could have spelt disaster there. Flame half-track comes in to clear out the final squad with no other PTRSs nearby. He has to pull back from that flank. Oh, nice mine there. And the squad does have the DPs now, so I think he can fight this. No, these Grenadiers up to Vet 2. Making the difference here. They've got their accuracy bonus. Oh, nice retreat response there. Sniper getting some good picks here. 24 kills now. Continuing at an impressive rate. Getting revenge for those guards that went down over here. T70 just a tiny amount of experience away from Vet 1, so can't capture this point. Half grenade coming in. Easy dodge. Nice work from Refero there. Oh, and the heavy mortar. It's a nice hit on retreat. Here comes the command tank though. And this could be trouble for Refero. Doesn't have the ZIS. And guards with PTRS quite susceptible to that command tank. It's got pretty good anti-infantry firepower. Tier 4 is up for Refero though, but he's decent chunk away of fuel from the 85, which I've seen most often, but maybe we'll just go for the 76. Maybe he feels like he's in a tough enough spot that it's necessary. Oh my god, 3 models down just like that. He's got to be careful. Guards coming in to get a few hits in. Just trying to get a bit of damage in. But getting out-muscled here by that command tank. And now the command tank getting on the aggressive here. I think he's going for the heavy mortar team. T70 coming back round. Nice dodge of the rifle grenade once again. Refero on point with those rifle grenade dodges so far. Oh, and nice movements from Jesulin going over to this squad that doesn't have the PTRS. Still finding a good position for that flame half track into the mid game. Teller gets swept. Good from Refero there. Command tank's taking quite a lot of damage now from all those PTRS shots. I'm sure that's been paid in manpower. Oh, big hit from the Puma. Oh, T70 in a bit of trouble. Puma chasing it down. Quite a lot of PTRS squads right here though. And he actually popped smoke. That's how cautious he's being. I'll take just about back up to full, comes back onto the battlefield. These two locked in a tough struggle, but Refero has made it to the required amount of fuel for the 85. So he's a little bit of manpower now. Pops button. No smoke, but Jesulin does pull back. Double combat engineers repairing these vehicles up quite quickly. They're inflicting quite a lot of manpower damage. He's actually not going for the 80. Well, he's going for the 85 of a different variety, the SU-85. I can understand the reasoning. Can be a bit cumbersome to use though. We'll have to see how he gets on with it. But does shut down the Puma a lot more effectively if you can find the target. A lot of PTRS is there. Jesulin has to pop the smoke. And this is actually quite a good time for the SU-85 to come onto the field. Puma's out with some damage. Perhaps SU-85 could get some big hits in on this command tank.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Jesulin going for the pack. He's got a really good sense of timing going for that pack. Building it just before he sees the SU-85. Takes a lot of experience to be able to gauge your opponent's fuel and resources like that. Jesulin well on top of it. He's a Flamer half-track to deal with this. SU-85 gets a juicy hit in. He's one more shot to get the kill. Doesn't get it, and Pack coming in from the side, but it's under pressure from the sniper and the heavy mortar team. Pack could go down here. Not quite, but now it's got to be the MG42 as the juicy target. Treats that back in the nick of time. Still, Jesulin's got a lot of reinforcing to do here. And he could be in that tricky position where you just can't quite afford your tech. In this case, he's just a little bit strapped for manpower rather than fuel. It's a tough spot to be in when playing mobile defense. Puma going on the aggressive here, but SU-85 is nearby. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah. Reacts in time. Failing half track once again, finding relevant targets on the flanks. Got a telemine there, also a Soviet mine over there, so a few mines on the flanks. The players have been, pretty good about their mines so far. We haven't seen an extreme amount of them, but just enough to keep the other player wary. Just one more thing to have to think about, which can be really challenging in a closely contested match like this. SU-85 still hasn't been repaired, finally getting some attention now. Command tank on the other hand is up to full. Just where the guards, but Refero now has the triple cap and VP's getting pretty close to even. Sniper just accumulating so many kills, taxing Jesulin's manpower so heavily. Oh man, SU-85 missed, but I think it scattered into the half track. And this SU-85 is working a treat right here for Refero. Combined with the sight that the G70 recon mode is providing and the sniper, he's able to use it at long range very effectively. Oh, big hit once again from the heavy mortar. We'll get 2 now. GCS2 doing some tech grounds. It's a V1 already. V1's not too impressive though, just tracking. GCS2 operating on the flanks. GCS5 pushing forwards behind this pack. Pulling back for reinforcements. Unable to contribute. Uh-oh, but he's overextended with this GCS5. Puma going in for the flank here. Oh, it's going to be close. And the Puma goes down. PTRS and the T-70 contributing enough damage to get the kill before the Puma could get the killing blow on the GCS5 in return. That could be beginning of the end for Jesulin here. Unless he's ticked up. No, he hasn't. He hasn't ticked up. He's been forced to go for another Puma. Oh, and now he's pushing forwards with the Panzer IV command tank, but that takes main gun destroy critical. Good attack round here, could seal the deal. No, connects with the Puma wreck there. Pack gets decrewed though. Flame half-track in trouble. PTRS is from the side. Oh, when they connect, down it goes. Flame half-track goes down. Looks like Jesulin now going to try sneak around the sides, try to get the kill on the GCS5. Otherwise, all hope is lost. Pack gets satchel charged. Down it goes. Here comes the Puma, but he goes past the VP flag. So Refero's got some intel on this, and T-34-85 hitting the field at the perfect timing. Hits marked vehicle on it as well. I think there was an attack round shot there. And the Puma goes down to the freshly built T-34-85, and Jesulin throws in the towel there. Impressive win from Refero. Good sniper usage. As I mentioned, the flame half-track from Jesulin being a little bit late. Didn't manage to knock out that T-70, and those engagements not quite going his way right at the end there. So onwards to game 2. Yeah, it's Tyro here bringing you game 2 between Jesulin and Refero from the GCS2 lower bracket. Jesulin, as the Soviets, has guard motor coordination, armored assault, and guard rifle combined arms. Refero now as the Austria has spearhead, pretty rare selection, mobile defense, and Ostrupen. These two commanders have been very popular throughout this tournament, but yeah, spearhead, very rare choice. Got the Pan-Tactician and the Tiger though, so can understand why he'd want it.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
And Jesulin going for conscripts. Refero, on the other hand, going for double pioneers. This is one thing that Refero has been known to do. Doesn't believe in machine guns, on the early game at least, so goes for a double pioneer strategy into 4 grenadiers. In some ways it's like the safest choice, because you've got no risk of your machine gun getting flanked or out of position early and getting off to a horror start. But on the other hand, you don't have the kind of high roll nature of your machine gun being in a perfect position and forcing an early retreat. So it's a low risk option, but also a lower reward. Anyway, Jesulin get off to a pretty good start here with his conscripts stalling with this squad in the building. Third squad coming in to join the fight. Should be able to win this one now.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Let's get some good hits on that Grenadier, getting them super low, forcing them back to a heavy cover position, try hold the ground. Because he's made his tech structure up here though, could reinforce from that position, so coming out to join the firefight over here. Conscripts moving around from the middle. Combat engineers joining in now as well. Jesulin should be able to win this though with his positioning. Seems to be a little bit stronger. Combat engineers though capping out on this left hand side unopposed, so pretty good map control start for Jesulin. Conscripts out here on the road. I think he thought he was in the ditch, but he's actually on the road suffering heavy casualties, and these Grenadiers pushing through the middle extremely strong here for Refero. Eating up a lot of territory. This squad getting around on the flank of the sandbag. And it's pretty much a full collapse through the middle for Jesulin. Nice maneuvering by Refero. Here comes the second wave. Conscripts reinforced, and a lot of these Grenadiers very low on health. He's going for the cutoff here, but it's going to be costly if he gets it. No, he just has to abandon it. Too much firepower. Not going to lose it, but let's take a lot of damage. So as I said, 4 Grenadiers with 2 Pioneers. And here comes the flamethrower for both players. Looks like Refero got out of the cover position quite easily, but he forced away the flamer early. Good merge there from Jesulin, trying to keep his flamethrower on the battlefield as long as possible. Trying to focus fire down that flamethrower now is Refero, and it's getting quite low. Late retreat, but it's going to get away. Now it's just up to these men. Oh, the Grenadiers take a nasty volley. But do get away. Conscripts I think should be able to win this one, but it's still going to be close. There's been such a long firefight here. Comes another squad of Grenadiers to try to side it, but likewise a squad of guards now from Jesulin on the other side. Conscripts out there on the road. Trying to avoid the flamethrowers. Now guards jumping out of cover as the flamethrowers push forwards. Flamethrower coming in to support, so that's why he's soft retreating there. Let's jump into the building here. And squads capping on the flanks for both players, engineering squads. So a very even contest so far. Though looks like 27 units killed. Refero way ahead on the kill count. Generally you'd expect to be behind, you know, with 6-man squads of Soviets versus 4-man squads, but not by that margin. Jesulin got some work to do. Like Grenadiers are pulling ahead in that engagement there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Just going to have to jump out of that building shortly. Here comes the flamethrower through the middle. Forcing away squads, and the LMGs pop on that now. Guards should be able to win that quite handily. He's going to duke it out with these Grenadiers. It's going to be a close fight. Those Grenadiers, oh, hitting Vet 2 though. Guards doing some big damage. Engineers are going to complete the capture. Grenadiers very low as well. Conscript's going to force them away, so Jesulin getting some good fuel control at this point. Uh-oh, slight miss micro there from Refero. But not too punished. I think a lot of those rifles had to reload there. And early retreat on the guards whilst they're still quite healthy. Let's try to conserve his manpower now since he's been operating at such a deficit so far. We have a commander selection, guard rifle combined arms. Jesulin, probably the most popular commander of Soviets throughout the tournament. Still nothing from Refero though. Oh, this could be a wipe. And it is. Grenadier goes down. Late retreat from Refero. And just like that now, Jesulin in the lead. Still no tick from Jesulin. Refero, on the other hand, does have his tier 2 tick down, but no flamer half track. Very unconventional. Oh, he's going for it now. So late. Very, very late. You want to hit this timing. You want that flamethrower half track to be on the field like 6.5 minutes in. So by the time, you know, he completes construction of it and the flamethrower, I mean, it's going to be like 3 minutes late. Really bad timing on this for Refero. Generally, you do have time to get one flamethrower pioneer, but not two before getting the upgrade. But here it is, better late than never, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. Jesulin now starting his tech. One phase down, needs a little bit more manpower to start tier 3. I think his combat engineers are going to stick around on base until he saves the right amount. Doesn't want to delay his tier 3 tick any longer, especially now the flame half track's on the field and needs a light vehicle of his own to keep it honest. Though, you know, he does have conscripts, so might take the anti-tank grenade. Just needs the manpower. Both these players battling hard and it's taking its toll on the manpower. Now Refero getting his healing down. He does have quite a lot of low health squad, so it does need it. Doesn't have the munitions for the upgrade yet though. Like maybe Jesulin has had slightly superior munitions control, not by much, but by a little bit.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
So when you see combat engineer out there on the flank, you've got to be worried about mines, and there's one over there for Jesulin. Double flamethrowers, no sweeping available for Refero, so he is going to be vulnerable to the mines.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Conscripts winning that pretty handily with the combat engineers. Guards out here in the building. Perhaps a slight missed opportunity. If he brought the guards over here, maybe he could have got the wipe on retreat. Not a huge blow. Anyway, 8 command points already. It's been a pretty high action and high violence game. He's here in production now for Jesulin, but this is also a little bit late. As I said, because Refero's half track's so late, it's not quite so costly for Jesulin here, being so late on his tier 3 tech. Refero did lock in mobile defense. Actually going for a third squad of pioneers, perhaps after running over a mine or something. He's decided he needs some sweepers. But that does mean that he's not going to have the manpower for a response to this T-70 for just a little bit of time. Uh-oh, pioneers late retreat onto the mine! I was going to say, how did they survive that? But eventually they go down. And T70 makes its presence felt. So 2 wipes now for Refero. Uh-oh. No, come easy, get away. T70 doesn't go in for the wipe. Surprising. This is a pretty common mine spot, but there was a sweeper squad there, right there, so pretty safe to go in for the chase. Looks like a Faust. No, they were reaching for the Faust. Maybe he cancelled it, I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't connect. Yeah, here comes that Puma though. 1 squad of guards is there to try and join the fight. Uh-oh, Faust connects. Guards hit the button though, trying to buy a bit of breathing room for the T70. In comes the Flame half-track. AT grenades have been ticked. Don't know if he's aware of that. Don't know if he's popped any off. Now the Puma going after the kill. Going after the T70 and he gets it. Disastrous situation there for Jesulin. T-grenade slows down the Flame half-track, but it's bad news for Jesulin. Going for a Zis now. Does need it.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Guard squad ready.
Good thing though for Jesulin, he can kind of afford to go for a Zis because he's got such strong infantry right now. Matching up well against Refero since he lost those 2 squads of infantry, so doesn't have to worry about getting overrun by infantry while he invests into this anti-tank. He's got a bit of room to make this happen. It looks like he's not going to go for a T70 to replace that one he lost. Probably going to be saving up for tier 4. It's the grenade, forcing the Greens out of cover. Just got Ura in for the AT grenade, but it's not there. Drop a lot of health in the process. This squad also dropping a lot of health as they move through the pools of flame. Good rifle grenade dodge from Jesulin. And there's this. Opens up with a nice hit. Flame half-track pulls back. Oh, and the Grenadiers go down long range. Oh, that is horrible for Refero. I don't know if he can come back from that. 3 squad losses this early on. That is very, very costly. And it's one thing that you which is often if you go for a machine gun, because quite often when you lose a machine gun you can end up recrewing the gun. Can't end up recrewing the deceased Grenadier squad and you have to rebuild it. Oh, Refero though, hitting the timing for this Panzer IV command tank, so they're actually going to keep him in the game quite nicely. One Zis is going to have a lot of trouble dealing with these 3 vehicles. Jesulin really needs to get his tech started.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Because he's got the Zis, I think it's less likely that we're going to see S35 like we saw from Refero in the last match, but I'm not going to discount it completely. Oh, is this? Goes for the attack ground and misses, but nice attempt there from Jesulin. Flame half-track staying in there. So is the Zis, loses sight because God jumps out of the building, no longer has the sight, no longer taking damage. This connects. Flame half-track hides behind the building and command tank coming in from the side, putting pressure on the Zis as well. Zis sets up. P4 command tank skirts around the side, away to safety. Doing a decent amount of damage. Oh, he hits a mine there. Going for some attack ground again. Nice attempt from Jesulin. Oh, he's kind of running this right into the Grenadier's range though. It's already on half health. He's got to be careful with it. And kind of needs to pull it back for healing. He wants to stay in there. Screed getting the better of him a little bit here. Grenade goes in. Doesn't try to dodge it, just stays in heavy cover, waits for the damage reduction. A T-gun doesn't get the second shot in. And Jesulin actually going for the KV-1, not the T-34. Which was kind of the original counter to the Puma. KV-1 just has that much more armor and health, kind of makes the Puma a little bit less relevant. I think the Puma has what, like maybe like 80 penetration mid-range, not super high penetration, so when it's shooting against KV-1, which I think is like 260 frontal armor, it's, you know, like 1 in 3 chance to penetrate. Which means the KV-1 is quite safe when fighting against the Puma. Puma could still outrange the KV-1, but KV-1 is quite safe. So KV-1 hitting the field now for Jesulin. He's gonna need it to try to keep this command tank at bay. Pack being brought on from Refero at the same time, also rebuilding his grenadiers. That's trying to inflict some damage on that Flamer half-track. Looks like it's half health now. Could go down to 1 shot from something. KV-1 coming down for it. Telemine's right there though. Tank doing the damage. Refero maintaining control in the north. Jeep coming forward, but a little bit out of the range of the mine, so KV-1 switching sides, however.
The territory is out of contact.
Looks like Refero now wants to kind of rotate now down to the south, whilst Jesulin wants to push on to the north, so they're kind of switching sides a little bit right now. KV-1 misses its first shot on the rear armor. Pack connects and penetrates. Oh my god, he's gone for a second pack. It's double packs means, you know, he's going to be able to repel this KV-1 pretty effectively, but does mean he's going to be relying on his P4 command tank and his Flamer half-track to repel Jesulin's infantry. Jesulin on the other hand going for a maximum is going to be able to keep these Grenadiers at bay. Very valuable for protecting his Zis. In comes the IL-2 Sternovic, gonna shut down this push completely. Let's just win the engagement in the north, especially with that up from the tripwire flare. So yeah, pretty much full retreat from Refero in the middle. Vehicles can stay in the fight if they want to. Half-track in the south avoids the AT grenade. It's right to not go for the chase and kill because KV-1 had rotated around there. loses sight just before it gets its shot in. BO2's get a little bit of damage on these retreating squads. Uh-oh. Oh, late reaction from Refero here. But attack round misses for Jesulin, so we'll live to fight another day, but still looking a little bit grim for Refero. He's lost 3 or 4 infantry squads to Jesulin's T70. Really behind in the wipes. I think Jesulin also lost combat engineer, right? No, didn't lose the combat engineer. Impressive stuff. Good preservation from Jesulin. And on the back of that R2, Refero having trouble pushing back onto the map. They're going for a mortar team, trying to put pressure on these team weapons. Jesulin gonna go for a T-34-76, something a bit more nimble and mobile. There's a second tank. See how that gets on. Command tank on top of the ZIS, but the T-34-76 comes over in support. T-34-76 missing every shot though, and in comes another IL-2 strafe from Jesulin. Ouch. Jesulin desperately trying to outmaneuver this pack. Wants to get the kill on the command tank, and he does get it. Now trying to outmaneuver these packs, trying to get that T-34 out of there alive. Puma on the other hand, shooting at infantry right now. He switch targets to the T-34-76. Oh, his turret facing the wrong direction, taking so long to get a shot off. And main gun destroyed. Is this going to be the end of the Puma? It's out of range, but the KV-1 coming in. T-34 goes down. KV-1 wants to decrew the pack. And he does, so that's both packs decrewed. They're in big trouble. Jesulin needs to stick around and destroy these. Perhaps bring his ZIS up to kill this one. Strike. Well, all these team weapons are exposed. Looks like Jesulin going to try to steal that pack though. Can he get away on the road? Panic Puma from Refero to try and force away the KV-1. He's doing it, but it's taken a while. And it looks like he does get away with that pack. Jesulin's snatching it away.
The enemy still has 300 points.
However, Jesulin only 10 supply above Refero right now, but that will spike once that T-34 hits the field. It's going to be another 10 supply lead, so going to be close to 20 very shortly for Jesulin. Big lead.
We are as ready as we can be.
Oh, and a big hit. KV-1 hits Vet 1 with that. Jesulin still running around with this ZIS on half health. Maybe we could merge a squad into it, so he doesn't have to pull it all the way back to base.
T-34 ready for combat.
T-34-76 is completed. Now it's like 25 supply lead. Jesulin, big lead. Refero hasn't even managed to save munitions for LMGs on his grenadiers, so struggling even with his basic infantry. Just shows how good Jesulin's munitions control has been.
We must defend our headquarters.
Time to plant quite a few mines, as well as pop a few IL-2 strafes. Who's in here trying to deal with the KV-1. Comes T-34-76. Oh, this Puma looks like it's going to go down. Late reaction by Refero. Pop smoke now. HC's target weak point. T-34 doesn't chase any further. Refero going for the sniper. No, cancelled that. But he might need like one more Puma or one more command tank or something. Maybe that's what he's going to go for.
You guys, listen to me if you want to live.
Yeah. After that second IL-2 loiter, Refero just had no luck pushing back onto the map, and that's how the IL-2 works. Like you drop it, you gain some territory, your opponent has to try to regather that territory, but in the meantime, you have such good munitions control, you can save up for the next one super quickly as a result, and then your opponent just struggles to get back onto the map. It's a vicious cycle for the opponent. Doesn't even have munitions for the smoke here, but narrowly gets away. No, he doesn't. Puma goes down. Wants to try and isolate T-34, but that's a second T-34 now for Jesulin joining the fight. Conscript's threatening to snare the Puma, trying to keep it out of the action. Just could snare this command tank if they want to, but they really want to get that Puma. But they do end up getting the command tank. Refero just can't get any map under his control right now. Oh, and this is going to be a nasty IL-2 basically in the base sector here for Refero. Now the T-34 is charging in. Take care, one Puma. And Refero throws in the towel. So both players winning as Soviets. So we're going to be going to a game 3. Just overall, very sound play from Jesulin. Refero losing a couple squads. Being late on his flame half-track tech. Didn't quite have a strong enough mid-game there. So here we are for the deciding match between Jesulin playing as the Soviets, who has guard motor, armored assault, and guard rifle combined arms. Versus Refero, now playing as OKW with Luftwaffe ground forces, fortifications, and special operations. Game 3 between these two. This one's for all the marbles. Continues on the tournament and who gets knocked out for good. Refero switching off to OKW. We'll have to see how he gets on with them. Don't really want to spoil the rest of the tournament for you if you haven't watched it, but Talisman did switch between OKW and Aussie depending on what map he played. But perhaps Refero doing a similar thing here, thinking OKW is strong on this map, switching off to them. So Jesulin switching off. He was playing a 3 conscript build before. Going for a tier 1 build now. He's OKW. And he is indeed going for the pretty well established build here. 2 comm engineers into the penal, into the scout car. Then you put the penal into the scout car, try and inflict maximum damage. Once the scout car requires repairs, switch out the penal for a flamethrower squad. Very good strategy.
We have a new scout car at our disposal.
Try and maximize the amount of damage you can do with the scout car. For OKW, you get the Panzerfaust from their first tech structure. No, it looks like he's stuck combat engineers in it straight from the get-go. This is not what you see from other players like Love Nest or well, most other players I feel like have been going for penal the scout car early. But we are on crossroads, so very early munitions control on this map. It's going to lead to a fast flamethrower already in production. Either way, I still think it's the correct thing to do, and we have seen it from other players, even on this map.
You have done what you were told. We have flamethrowers. Now the enemy.
Either way, did peek its ugly head out, get a couple kills. Now with the flamethrower on side, should be geared up to do some real damage. Only has 2 squads over here, but does have a shoe mine on the cutoff. We saw that be very effective against DVM in one match. Qualifies. And could be very effective here. He's dangerously close to that shoe mine. But doesn't quite bait him in far enough. And with so many units there, too much small arms focus fire on the M3. Has to pull back for repairs. So it's kind of devolving into a little bit of a blob war here. His whole army like find space to try and focus fire down this M3, and it's working out very well. This is what we often talk about. How to counter the M3 as OKW, just blob all your units together, working a treat for Refero. Key is doing this whilst not losing map control, and he's actually doing a very good job of it so far. Perhaps Jesulin should have been a bit more aggressive with this second squad of penals, trying to get them into the fight earlier, but it's over and done with now. And Refero actually going to convert this into a cutoff maneuver. Getting onto the cutoff, getting enough breathing room to put a shoe mine down here as well, in a potentially dangerous position for that M3. Oh, late retreat. But a Panzerfaust comes in, M3 can't chase any further. Hops out of it. They're coming from the side. Oh my god, how did they not hit that shoe mine? There it goes. But Jesulin has regathered control of his cutoff, so push has run out of steam for Refero. He's gone for the mechanized regiment. He's actually gone for it a little bit far forwards out of his base as well. Okay, our more common position is over here. That way, you know, when it looks or whatever's over here harassing the fuel, it can pull back to here if it takes engine damage, but I have to see how it gets on in this position. The benefit of being in this position is there's a bit of a road here, so there's like a speed bonus back to this location, but also, you know, it's more exposed outside of the base. We're not seeing triple penals from Jesulin, but if he did do that, I think 3 satchels is what it takes to knock down this HQ, so it could conceivably get destroyed. Anyway, sweeper up there, spots the mine. He's aware of it now. I'm not gonna fall victim to it. Good awareness as well after running over that one there. Didn't want to lose it. Looks like we've got a mass migration from the OKW units onto the left hand side. Looks about to hit the field though. Jesulin has not started his tier 3 tech, so it's going to be a little bit late. We get a squad of guards and upgrade them with the DPs as well, so going to provide a little bit of firepower against this looks, but looks still poised to do quite a lot of damage, force a whole bunch of retreats. Somehow got the Faust off there, very surprising. Guards trying to focus on the Panzer 2 whilst the Panzer 2 goes for the kill on the M3. Oh, no dodge! Mate does some good damage. Second squad of guards from Jesulin here. Surprising reaction. Forced to full retreat though, is the might of the OKW army on this side. And Refero going for a 5th Volksgrenadier squad. It might actually work out quite well here, because as we see Jesulin going for that second squad of guards means his T70 is going to be delayed massively if he ever does decide to go for it. He might just go straight for a T-34-85. That will leave a lot of time for this looks to do a whole bunch of damage. To see how Refero works it. I mean, whilst he can duke it out with the guards, it's not the kind of engagement he wants. The light cover there was actually absorbing a few hits on the looks, so barely did any damage for the guards. And ideally, you know, he doesn't want to be fighting guards with them the whole time. If he can fight the squads with no PTRSs, that's quite nice. Guards have both been upgraded with the DPs though, so these Volksgrenadiers are taking a little bit of a pounding. He doesn't have any STG upgrades. None in the works either. He's planted, you know, a couple mines, got a couple Fausts in, so hasn't had too many munitions to spare, but we'll see some STG upgrades shortly. Otherwise, these guards and penals are really going to bully these Volksgrenadiers around. Let's see Refero go for a Puma before even seeing T70 in response from Jesulin. It's one of the players we have seen go for the double looks strategy in this situation, but Refero playing it safer. Infiltration grenades coming through, and mass retreat from Jesulin to avoid those infiltration grenades. That does mean special operations. Generally would expect that. Maybe if Jesulin had gone for like a sniper build, which is kind of out of character for him, but maybe if he did, I've seen him go for Luftwaffe or ground forces, but otherwise special operations. By far the most popular commander for OKW. And Refero on the back of his light vehicle plate, as well as 5 Volksgrenadiers taking control of a tremendous amount of the map. Tier 3 has gone down from Jesulin. Looks like he is going straight for tier 4 as I thought. Thing is, can he hold on here long enough to get himself out of medium tank with Refero applying this much pressure onto his fuel? Finally got some STGs now, does Refero as well. Only on one squad so far. Could afford to get one more. You want a little bit of munitions in reserve for your lobby infiltration grenades and incendiary grenades and whatnot, as well as Faust, but about 120 like this, pretty safe to go for weapon upgrade and still not restrict yourself away from these infiltration grenades, doing some good damage. I'm just going to come in here, try to win the engagement once and for all, and does. So Jesulin, with that push out from his base, not making it all the way to his fuel point. That's troubling signs for him. And it looks like he's not going to be able to wait for the T-34-85, going for the 76. I think that's the right choice, because we got to see how little progress he made in that last push. Just gained almost no territory at all. In the meantime, Refero's got himself an MG34, so that's another headache with Jesulin. And now investing in a Raketin, which is going to help him against that T-34.
An anti-tank gun has taken the field.
Jesulin, meanwhile, in base, trying to heal up, trying to reinforce the squads, really stretched for manpower. One kill on that. 8 kills on the Panzer II. That's not that many. There's quite a few of these Foxgrenadiers though already at Vet 2, whereas only Vet 1 for Jesulin's units. And T-34 hits the field, makes its presence felt, forcing away these folks on the side, getting some good hits in here. Then we'll rotate around to try and repel. Some revenge for the attack ground, missing by quite some margin. But Jesulin doesn't have tier 2, so unlike the other scenario, won't be able to fall back on a Zis. And Raketin's right there. T-34, upon getting hit by the Raketin, pulls back. Guards putting pressure on the Raketin. Wants to come back in with the T-34, and he does force away the Raketin. And kiting well here, avoiding the Faust. Oh, did I speak too soon? No. Very important with the T-34, of course, to keep the hull gun facing towards the infantry. A large amount of its DPS against infantry comes from that machine gun. It's very important to try to keep it facing towards the enemy so it keeps shooting. And Refero getting his next truck. Imagine it's going to be medics, so that's a little bit late for medics. Often when you go for this 5 Foxgrenadiers build, who experience some manpower issues. That has meant Refero being a bit late getting his healing up. He does have quite a few shoe mines down over here though. Say that much. Did I miss this squad of penals going down? I'm not sure. Apologies if I didn't show that on camera. End of the work day now, so I'm just trying to give it time. There's a DP on the ground there. Oh, machine gun goes down there. And Refero instantly rebuilds it. So that does mean that his medics has been delayed even further because he really wants that machine gun.
Heavy machine gun team ready for battle.
Puma on the hunt, wants to catch the repairing T-34 and does indeed get it. T-34 has to pull back even further. for repairs, and healing really stretched here for Jesulin as well. A lot of low health squads. So Jesulin has managed to capture his fuel, regather a little bit of territory control. Saved up enough fuel for another T-34. So this is Jesulin's window. With these two T-34s, he needs to inflict maximum damage before the command Panthers are filled at 12 command points. It's going to be a race. Trash grenades not dodged, and they do a lot of damage. Bad dodging there for Jesulin. Getting forced back on multiple fronts here. Is there. These two are going to trade blows. T-34 charging in, senses an opportunity, pops the marked vehicle, but T-34 missing point blank. Puma baiting him towards the Raketen. Both these vehicles missing like crazy here. T-34 going the long way around, trying to avoid the Raketen. Second T-34 coming in now. Needs to hit one more shot on this Puma and it's going to go down. And it goes down, long range, it connects now. Even the Look's in trouble here. And this is what I was talking about. Jesulin hitting that timing before the Command Panther comes along. And he decrews the Raketen. Oh, this is disastrous for Refero. Going to try recrew it. Jesulin staying right on top of it, wants to prevent it, and he instantly decrews it. Needs to destroy the gun. But misses that shot. Oh, but this squad actually drops models. Doesn't want to lose his squad, and he does destroy the Raketen. Fresh one in the field now, but was that the swing that Jesulin needed? Oh, when he loses unfortunately there. Looks comes in trying to get some more damage done. Infiltration grenades into the retreat path. Not quite though. A little bit to the right hand side. And now he's going to lose the Looks to this retreating T-34. No, T-34 misses the killing blow. Oh, but the guards don't. Guards clean it up. Slightly too aggressive there from Refero, bringing that Looks back in. Pays the price, and he could lose another unit here. That just went horribly wrong. Such excellent timing from Jesulin, knowing the exact right time to attack and taking full advantage of it. Now Refero has, you know, the command points for the Command Panther, but doesn't have the manpower for it. Down goes one T-34 though. So Jesulin not free and clear quite yet. Though at the very least that was the lower variancy of the two T-34s. Was the Vet 1-1. No, and now he wants revenge. Ken doesn't get a shot off there. T-34 free to stay in the fight. Doesn't have to worry about the Faust. Jesulin did lose one combat engineer, but he's rebuilt it as a squad of guards. Looks like he's trying to keep his float free, so he can start up another tank. No, he's going to go for a penal squad. Thought he might go for another combat engineer. Maybe use it to recrew this MG and just have more access to repairs as well as minesweeping. Oh, there he goes. Exactly that. Jesulin reading my mind from the past. And he does go for another T-34 76, so he wants to keep the pressure on here. Notice throughout all of this, Refero just did not find the time to put down his mid base. Just having to constantly spend munitions on those medic packs definitely impact his ability to get the weapon upgrades. But he's very close to being able to call in the Command Panther. And it's going to have a pretty good matchup against these T-34-76s. So the Jesulin riding high right now. Very shortly, things could be about to turn around once more. Jesulin's still very far behind on the VPs though. Pushing targets between both the Raketen and Fox as targets become available. Panther heading straight over towards this T-34. And maybe you can hear that through the fog because he's getting the hell out of dodge with that T-34. So Refero is still in a decent position for Fox with a Command Panther. If he did have his tech truck up, I think he'd be pretty much level pegging here with Jesulin, but he's constantly having to pay for repairs. Just leave him, or healing rather, just leave him a little bit at a deficit. Because that doesn't mean he doesn't have munitions free for Fausts and flares, infiltration grenades. On a map like this. Oh, what? Oh my god, he just lost his Raketen over here. That's a... Oh, that is horrible for Refero. He's in big trouble. Command Panther going in for the kill on the T-34. Second one comes in from the side. Marked vehicle popped as an extra deterrent for the Command Panther. Just to steal away the Raketen. MG34 still up for grabs down here as well for Jesulin. Perhaps Refero is going to be able to steal it back. Things is looking pretty good for Jesulin now after stealing that Raketen. I really want to know how it happened because I was thinking like there's no way he's going to lose it over there. It just doesn't make sense. In there with its machine guns trying to get some damage done. Pretty decent job against these guards. Actually upgraded his penal squad with PTRS as well. And threatening the sticky satchel here, forcing the Panther back. Panther's inflicting some good damage though. And does finally steal MG34 once and for all. Kidden also standing by in the middle. Refero going for another Fox Grenadier here. Thought he might go for a machine gun. Because at the moment his Fox Grenadier is getting bully long range by all these guards. Infiltration grenades coming in. A little bit late on the dodge, but still don't do too much damage. And baits him right into this MG34. Raketen is nearby as well, forcing away the Command Panther. And this assault did not go well for Refero. Every time he's pushing out now, he's regathering less and less territory. This is a non-upgraded Fox Grenadier is really not having a fun time against all these guards. We're now getting the machine gun. Third T-34 coming in for Jesulin. I think that's still another 76 as well. No, it's 85 this time. 3 T-34s. That's enough to overwhelm the Command Panther, especially with no supporting anti-tank like a Raketen. 3 T-34 is quite hard to micro, but if we can manage it, should be able to overwhelm the Command Panther here. So trying to use his penals to screen out the Command Panther a little bit. T-34s to inflict some damage onto the infantry as they advance. Creeping into position now. It's the 85 poking its ugly head out there, and Panther takes one shot. It's 2 shots now from the stolen Raketen. This one ran over that mine finally. Command Panther now heavily wounded, requires a lot of repairs. He does have the repair station upgrade, but still going to take a little bit of time. Retraction grenades. Both of them exchanging grenades there. Looks like he's making use of the crew repair here. Might as well, he's got munitions to burn. He wants all his tanks at full health for that assault on the Command Panther, which is also up to full health. The marked vehicle is worn off now as well. Well, that Raketen in the exact same spot gets another good hit in. T-34's forcing back these Volksgrenadiers. We're overwhelmed here. Oh, but he did force away the Raketen. Does open up the Command Panther an opportunity to come and do some damage here. One of them hitting Vet 3 now, this T-34. Another reload bonus, so it's reloading, what, 50% faster than before. Even this machine gun can't hold the line here, getting assaulted from too many angles. Ouch. He's then free to spam those grenades. He's got so many munitions in the back. Oh, T-34 picks off that squad. Unlucky for Refero. It's really not what he needed right there. T-34's pulled back for repairs, but triple cap. His next push from Refero needs to be impactful. Otherwise this game's going to slip out from under him, and Jesulin going for another T-34. Oh, and once again that stolen Raketen in the right position once again to deal with the Command Panther. T-34 gets a little bit of a crush in there as well. Oh, main gun destroyed on the Command Panther. Should be the green light for Jesulin to charge in there. Looks like he's going to go in there with those other higher health vehicles. Try to finish the job on the command panther. He's got marked vehicles, so I'm sure he knows where it is because of that. That plane flying around acting as a spotter. And the Rekin actually gets the kill long range. Refero throws in the towel. So Jesulin takes the series. Very well played. Just very sound play Refero in this game. You know, it felt like he had the lead early, but just a couple kind of a little bit careless squad losses. Never quite found the time to put down his mid HQ. Jesulin just playing a very soundly overall. I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.